Hey watchers, and welcome to a Halloween video of mine today. I thought to myself, I want to randomly take 10 movies that I think are just right for Halloween. Yeah, films that just randomly I just picked anyway. Some of them might be the same from last time I did it. I did this like 3 years ago, whatever, a while back now. I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to do another one because it's Halloween. It's very close to Halloween right now, so I thought to myself, the horror films. Some of them are like, oh, you know, they had maybe one or two Halloween films, but then I thought to myself, you know what, I might as well pick the films that I've just right for Halloween. So it's top, you know, so it's all 10 films. I did this last time, but some of them might be the same, some of them are not. So I'm gonna do this now and let's get this Halloween video started. Spooky, ho! First film I'm gonna start with is a film called. You might have heard of this film. It's directed by John Carpenter. I'm not going to put this because it's too obvious of a choice to put in. Directed by John Carpenter, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and all that. Jamie Lee Curtis. Of course, she's back for the new one. Of course, I've not seen that one yet, but I definitely want to check that one out. And it's the first Halloween, 1978 Halloween, directed by John Carpenter. Brilliant movie. Still a movie that I still love. I mean, I wasn't going to put this, it's too obvious this was, but I thought to myself, you know what, you can't have a Halloween collection, Blu-ray collection without Halloween. So I'm going to throw this one in there. It's a 1978 film about Michael Myers, who goes like killing teens and stuff. He escapes from a mental hospital, and it even stars Donald Pleasance, who is fantastic in this, by the way. He's awesome. So the first one is, anyway, the first one to start off is Halloween. So yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. I've always liked it, and it's still a favourite of mine. Brilliant for Halloween. Absolutely spot on. And the next one is a film that I've seen quite a few times. I think I've seen it about twice now, and that's just a good film. And it's about this entity that, you know, if you knock on her door for like, if you knock on her door, she comes, you know, haunting you, I suppose you can call it. And it's a creepy ass movie, and it's called a film called Don't Knock Twice. It's a film, I really like this film. I liked it the first time. I liked it the second time I watched it, and it's a creepy ass movie, supernatural kind of like creepy entity. I like this type of movies. Start that thing is free. You know, that thing is kind of scary. You know, creepy ass woman. So yeah, it's a good film. So if you've never seen it, check it out. It's definitely worth watch over Halloween, especially at night time on your own. Oh boy. So yeah, Don't Knock Twice, good movie. The film didn't get like the best ratings of the. It stars it's a horror film starring Glenn Jacobs, who plays the main character, the main villain. And this film is fun as heck. I started watching it for this film is hell. Even the second one was good. But this is the first one, See No Evil. I really like this movie. It's like this. It's kind of cross between a Friday the 13th film and Halloween, whatever. It's a fun movie. It's a really enjoy. It is quite scary. And it looks, you know, menacing. It's totally, and it's like an indestructible machine. I heard that it was making a third one. That's what I heard a while back. So I don't know. But I really like this movie. It's a fun horror film. It's like a nod to those original slasher movies like Jason Voorhees and films like that. And he makes a great villain in it. It looks really menacing in it. It looks like he's having a lot of fun. It looks like he's getting into this role. And it's gory, it's violent. And I find it a hell of a lot of fun too. But yeah. Jane Jacob, that's his real name. His character's name is Jacob Goodnight, which is ironic. So yeah, it's a good movie. They call him like Kane on the back, which is not his real name. It's his character name in there, which is funny because the thing is, it's not use his real name. It's used his like character name in the WWE. So yeah, and it's called See No Evil. It's definitely worth. Even check the sequel. I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, this one's really enjoyable. So yeah, if you say how the hell can you bring him back if he's not supernatural? It's quite funny. It's quite funny when you think about it. It's meant to be like more grounded, but yeah, somehow managed to bring it back for the sequel. But I really enjoyed this movie. It's really fun. This one is a Kiefer Sutherland film. This film's really good. I really like this one. It's actually a remake from an Asian horror film. What was it? Mirrors anyway. This one's called Mirrors. Anyway, so it's a This is, like I said, it's a remake, but it's a really good film. I like this one. It didn't really get the best ratings, but it's got some crazy, violent moments in it, which I think are quite inventive. You know, I just sat there and thought that was pretty creepy. That film was. And Kiefer Sutherland's pretty good in this movie. He's a good actor. They made like a sequel, which I quite enjoyed too, but the first one, you know, is the best. I think the problem, I think what it was because it's violent. It's of being like super scary. It's really violent and it's got some creepy ass disturbing moments, that like really nasty moments there, which you do watch it and go, that's pretty well done, that scene was. Really creepy, you know. But I still think it's a fun movie, a horror film. Anyway, it's called Mirrors anyway, so it's definitely worth watching like mirror films like that, and yeah, it's just, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not one of the greatest horror films of all time, but it's really enjoyable, so yeah. And the next one is Babadook. This one was good. I saw it like months back now. I've seen it twice already, and it's a good film. Yeah, it's about this storybook called The Babadook, which they don't have the book, but of course the Babadook's some kind of like weird entity that, you know, it's scary looking. It's scary. It's a creepy ass movie that has an interesting ending to it. I suddenly thought, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's definitely a chilling movie. If you like films like The Conjuring and films like that, it's really creepy. It's definitely worth watching. It's creepy. It's like a storybook that comes to life. It's really quite something. It's like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's called The Babadook. Just check it out. It's definitely worth watching. So yeah, 80s classic. It's this 80s fun 80s movie. It's called Killer Clowns. Of course, I like the fact that clowns is spelled different with a K, which is it's fun. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's a really fun 80s movie, a horror film. It's about aliens that look like clowns. It's quite something. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty enjoyable. It's definitely what year was it? 1980s something, but I've seen this quite a few times, and it's a fun 80s movie. It's like the film doesn't take itself seriously, especially that guy where one of the clowns uses him as a puppet, which I think is funny. He kind of looks like he's talking. It's a really good movie if you've seen it. The clowns are pretty sinister in this, but enjoyable at the same time. So yeah, and they're not pretty freaky looking. They're not like your friendly neighbourhood clowns. So yeah, so they're definitely not freaking McDonald's kind of clowns. So yeah. But yeah, creepy ass clowns. And so yeah, it's called anyway, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Really fun movie, by the way. And the next one is the creepy ass supernatural movie. It's produced to James Wan, director of The Conjuring. There's a film called Lights Out. I think there was a short film of this, and they did like a longer film. And yeah, this film is creepy, really creepy movie. It's about this entity that if the lights go out, it can kill you. You know, you can see it more. When the lights are on, you're not too bad. When the lights go off and on, like there's like a scene where this person's on their own, man. There's a creepy scene where she turns the light off, and you can see the entity over there, and then it off on off. It's like that, and it's creepy. The film is creepy. And it's a good movie. It's kind of a film that you go, you know what, I'm going to keep the lights on. It does literally want to make it makes you want to keep the lights on, not off. It's a scary movie that I really liked it. So yeah, it's called Lights Out. Good if you want a supernatural film with a difference. It's really good. So yeah, keep those lights on. And this one is a film that I wasn't sure to choose this one, but the other one was on the original one. I chose the original in the last video, so I thought to myself, well, I might as well do the remake, which I thought was really good. And this is the Night of the Living Dead remake. Really good remake, by the way. It's not directed by George Romero this time. It's directed by Tom Savini. He was in a film called Dust Till Dawn. He's great. He did a good job with this film, and it's a good movie. It's more gory than the original one. They changed a few things in this, and Tony Todd plays the character who's in the original one, the black guy, and he does a really good job. It's like a tribute to the original movie, and it's really well done. I'd say it's not gory and stuff like that, but yeah, it's a really enjoyable horror movie. I really do like this one. But this one's actually a really solid remake, and I liked it. Like I said, I wasn't sure if to pick this one or the other, so I thought I'll put this one there because it's definitely worth a watch. But yeah, they did a fantastic job. They did a great job with this. It's like a nice little tribute to that original one, the 1960s one. This is like 1990, I think it was 1990. So yeah, Night of the Living Dead remake. And the next one, I ain't seen this for a while actually. I think this is a French movie, and I saw it a while back. It had subtitles, but it's damn, it's a creepy ass vampire. It's kind of a vampire movie, and it's a film called Livid. This film, I'm trying to think what. I'm trying to think of the story because I haven't seen this for quite a while. I think these guys break into this house and this woman's living there. And she's like in bed, and then some crazy ass shit starts happening, you know, where the place starts to change, you know, things start to change and more sinister in the house. And the characters start to get killed, and it's a creepy ass movie. I was there for Jesus Christ, especially the woman in it. She's like a vampire or some shit, and it's just, whoa. It gets really, really intense. Yeah, it's a vampire movie. I was sitting there going, geez, that film was scary. I haven't seen this film for a while, quite a while, but I never liked it, so yeah. Anyway, it's called Livid. If you like vampire movies, definitely worth a watch. Well, the final thing of film I chose is a film that is set in the 80s. I might have put this in my last one, I can't remember if I did, but it's Night of the Creeps. This is kind of like a body snatchers type of movie. It's some kind of thing that it's a experiment that goes awry, goes wrong or something, and it crashed land on Earth in the 1950s, and of course then the film fast forwards later on, and of course it's these like things that can, it's like a body snatcher situation. Like, you've ever seen a film called Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or what was the films? It's like, I suppose, Sliver too. It's like these things that get these worm things. It's been a while since I watched it, but it's a good movie. You know, it's a really creepy movie. It's got some. And it's a fun movie at the same time. It's got the guy from... It's got the actor from Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. He's in it. And he's great. And yeah, it's a fun 80s movie. If you like 80s movies about body snatchers and stuff, it's perfect, you know. Definitely worth a watch. I've seen this twice, but I can't remember the last time I saw it. 2 years ago, was it? But yeah, it's a really good movie. You know, it's a really good film. Like I say, if you like body snatcher film, it's perfect. 80s fun horror movies. It's a fun movie, and yeah. So, and the guy who's in Halloween 3, he's great. He says some quite funny stuff, and I remember some of the stuff. I can't remember exactly what it says right now, but he just says some quite funny stuff. But yeah, it's a good movie. Anyway, so that's my last collection of. That's my last pick of Halloween movies. Anyway, people, hope you have a nice Halloween. I'm gonna go off now. Like I said, there's a lot of films to choose. I mean, I could have choose 300 films from my collection. It would have took me all freaking days. So yeah, I'm gonna go off now, people. Have a nice Halloween. Have a nice day. And I mean, I don't really celebrate Halloween. I have Halloween stuff in, but I don't mind it. I like the Halloween horror films and stuff, and I like pumpkins and shit, or whatever. So anyway, people, I'm gonna go off now. Remember to subscribe. Ciao, have a nice day, have a nice week. Take a look at yourself, and remember to subscribe, and have a nice day, and have a nice night, and have a nice whatever. And go away, leave me alone, and see you later. And give me a call.